Welcome to The Architect of Self. I'm Carl. If you've been following my work, you might know the show is under another name. Moving forward, we're leaning fully into what this is really about. Not just taking control of your life, not just surviving your story, but deliberately designing the person you choose to become. This isn't some self-help bullshit. This is about structure. It's about ownership. It's about building a self you respect from the foundation up. Before we go any further, this is important. This is not therapy. I'm not your therapist, and we are definitely not therapy buddies. If you're struggling with mental health issues, you need to reach out. You need to do something. Use your resources, call a friend, call a family member, or call or text 988 in the US. No matter what, do something. Don't just sit in the dark. Today we're talking about gratitude, but not the kind you slap on a motivational poster or hashtag online. I'm talking about real, gritty, applied gratitude. The kind that forces you to confront your resistance, shifts how you operate, and ultimately changes the way you respond to life. Because here's the truth. Gratitude isn't just an attitude, it's a skill. One you can practice, sharpen, and weaponize against the chaos life throws at you. The silent drive. Years ago, after a long night that seemed like it lasted forever, we had been in a bad situation. People got hurt. Really hurt. Details don't matter, but it was one of those where you're lucky to walk away, but left with images that stick. Nobody talked on the way back. The hum of the machinery, the faint smell of smoke and sweat, the weight of the gear tugging uncomfortably at my body. And this heavy silence, not the kind where people are relaxed, but the kind where everyone is lost in their own head. Here's the thing. In moments like that, your brain grabs onto what's wrong. It replays it, exaggerates it, and anchors you there. Gratitude? Not even on the radar. But if you don't know how to shift your focus, those moments start shaping you in ways you never agreed to. Think about your last silent drive moment. It might not have been like mine. Maybe it was in your kitchen after an argument, or walking out of a meeting where everything fell apart. How did your brain grab the wheel in that silence? Before I give you the next story, I want you to understand something. Gratitude isn't about pretending things are okay when they aren't. It's about you refusing to hand over your mental architecture to whatever chaos just landed in your lap. It's about reclaiming the blueprint, deciding how the moment will be stored in you, not just how it felt in real time. Another one from my vault. The Waiting Ridge. It was a cold winter night. Over the crack of a radio transmission, we got word we had an aircraft. Down.
Bravo 1, this is Alpha Team Leader Red Fox. Do you copy? We have an aircraft down in the North Ridge sector. Again, aircraft down in the North Ridge sector. Unknown survivors at this time.
It was high in the mountains. Too high. The terrain was extreme, steep and jagged. We had no way to reach it immediately. No idea if anyone had survived. All we could do was wait. Somewhere up there, beyond the ridgelines, we could see the flash of a strobe light. Slow, rhythmic, cutting through the dark. Every so often, we'd hear a faint tone coming from the wreckage. It would echo through the cold air, then fade, and return again. It was the kind of sound that gets under your skin, because you know it means something is there, but you don't know if it's life or just the last signal from a machine. The only way there was by Black Hawk, and that was an hour away. And with every passing minute, the silence between those pulses felt heavier and heavier. Gratitude in these moments doesn't mean you're thankful for the disaster. It means you're thankful for the fact you're in it, alive, aware, able to act when the moment comes. The waiting teaches you patience. The uncertainty teaches you adaptability. The discomfort teaches you resourcefulness. Gratitude takes those lessons and cements them into your architecture. Time for you to reflect. What situation are you currently waiting on? Something you can't control. Something where the outcome is still unknown. Instead of resenting the wait, what would it look like to extract value from it? Most people approach gratitude like it's something you do when things are going well. That's wrong. Gratitude has the most impact when things are not okay, because it's the act of reframing what's happening without lying to yourself. We resist gratitude and pain because it feels like surrender, but in reality, it's the exact opposite. It's reclaiming authorship. If you want to turn this into action, here's the process. Number 1, name the adversity clearly. No sugarcoating, no hiding behind "it's fine." Say what it is. Number 2, identify one internal struggle the adversity is testing. Maybe it's patience, courage, or creativity. Number 3, anchor gratitude to that strength. You're not thankful for the problem. You're thankful for the part of you it's forcing to grow. Number 4, decide how you will store the memory. Don't let the raw, unedited version be the only one you keep. Frame it before it frames you. Write down the last hard moment you faced. Underneath it, write the one strength it forced you to use. That's where the gratitude goes. All right, I want you to go back with me for a moment. Back to that silent drive. Nobody talking. No music. Just the hum of machinery and the faint rattle of loose gear. The smell of smoke clinging to everything. The weight of the night pressing down like an extra layer of armor I didn't choose to wear. That was the kind of silence you feel in your bones. The kind that isn't peace, it's processing. And in that moment, gratitude wasn't about being happy. It was about still being here. It was about the fact that the worst thing that could have happened didn't. Now climb back with me to that cold ridge. Look up with me at the strobe light. Slow, steady, pulsing in the black sky. Hear that faint tone drifting down through the air. A sound that says something is up there, but not if it's life or loss. The Black Hawk was still out there somewhere, and all we had was time. The wrong kind of time. Time to imagine what we might find. Time to wonder if someone was up there waiting for us, watching that light flash over and over, hoping it meant help was coming. In that space, gratitude wasn't about having the answers. It was about holding on to the fact that there was still a chance to make it in time, a chance for the story to end differently than it could have. Here's the thing. Gratitude in those moments is not a warm and fuzzy feeling. It's not a social media quote. It's a grip. A grip you take on one solid thing so you don't slide off the cliff of panic or bitterness or hopelessness. And you have to train for it, because when the long drive comes, when the cold ridge comes, when the weight of the unknown presses in, you won't have time to think gratitude into existence. It has to already live in you. It has to already be a muscle memory. And maybe your silent drive isn't like mine. Maybe your ridge isn't in the mountains with a strobe light. Maybe it's the week you wait for a diagnosis. Maybe it's the day you find yourself staring at an empty chair across the table. Maybe it's when the phone doesn't ring, and you were sure it would. It's all the same muscle, the same choice. Gratitude is your anchor when the current's trying to drag you out. So as we close this out, I'm asking you, not just as someone speaking into a mic right now, but as someone who's stood in these moments. Build the muscle. Make it a daily rep. Not because life is comfortable, but because it isn't. Because one day, you will need it more than you thought you ever would. And that's not the day you want to start training. That's why this work matters. Gratitude is more than a mood. It's a blueprinting tool. It lets you take the chaos life throws at you and set it into the foundation as strength instead of damage. So for the next week, practice gratitude, not when it's easy, but exactly when it's the hardest. You are the architect of your own self. Design wisely.